Hi everyone, today I'm going to tell you about the movie, The Fearway. A young couple, Sarah and her boyfriend Michael, is traveling in their car along the famous Highway 66, which runs through the Death Valley, to the girl's father, a cancer patient, to invite him to the wedding. While driving, their car seems to hit something, but when they get out of the car to look around, there is nothing in sight. Well, except for an inexplicable ice patch in the middle of the desert. Weird. The audience sees a stranger in a black car watching them from afar. Sarah and Michael continue driving. They soon realize that they are being followed by the same black sports car. Michael stops at the Last Chance Diner, and they lose sight of the car. They decide to get a meal at the diner. At the waitress, the couple asks for coffee and a glass of water, to which the girl replies that she is pleased to see people alive here. Sarah turns her attention to the other diner customers, a lonely girl and a couple of old men, who are approached by the manager because the woman refuses to leave. The waitress gives them 2 quarters each for the jukebox machine. To Michael's surprise, the jukebox has the obscure song he once recorded with the band many years ago. Sarah has a tender moment with the cook, who she says reminds her of her father. She gives him a big tip. Sarah and Michael leave the diner and continue on their way. They get hit from behind again and again. There is nothing on the road. The black car that was following them appears in the mirror again. This time, Sarah sees who is behind the wheel, a man with claws and sharp teeth, who doesn't look human. The girl notices that they are running out of gas, and again sees the diner with the hotel where they have already been. She turns toward it again to get away from the pursuit. Sarah is adamant that it wasn't a man and runs to call the police through a payphone. The female police officer, who is actually the manager, upon hearing about the stalker, asks the girl to stay in the diner until the patrol arrives, which won't arrive until 2 hours later. The man then goes to a worried Michael and assures him that they will be perfectly safe here. In his opinion, the couple ended up here again because they went left instead of right. There's supposedly a turn that forms a loop, but Michael objects that the GPS didn't show any loop. The manager replies that no GPS can work here, as it is a blind spot. The manager further assures him that the young men are too tired to drive further, and suggests that they spend the night in a hotel. And given the emergency situation, it was absolutely free of charge. Sarah asks the waitress for more coins, but suddenly a customer with bandaged wrists wants to give her her coin. The manager stops the girl and brings her back to the bar, saying that she is crazy, but they are used to her. Then he gives Sarah 2 more coins, and she goes to a payphone, from which she even manages to call her father. However, the man on the other end of the line can't hear her. The manager, meanwhile, leads the crying customer to one of the numbers. She declares to him that she is not ready yet, and the one he feeds will get to him someday. Persuasion doesn't work, and he throws her into the room. The cook comes to the couple to see if they liked the food and slips Sarah a note, which is instantly intercepted by the returning manager, who tells the young people that their room is ready and leads them to the hotel. At one point, the man calls Sarah by her first name, which immediately alarms her, since all the time at the diner, Michael called her baby. Then she notices a girl with bandaged wrists from the next room. Some man walks in on her, then the glass is covered in ice. Sarah begs her boyfriend to leave the place, but the manager starts obsessively asking them to go to the room with him and even runs after them. The couple does leave in their car though. The cook and the waitress offer to help their customers this time, to which their boss only replies that they are not altruistic, and the couple will soon return to the diner anyway. This time, when the black car chases them, they decide to attempt to outdrive it. They don't stop when they hit the mysterious bump, and they don't pull into the diner. Michael even swerves to drive the other way, which seems to lose the follower. But Sarah and Michael still can't escape the desert. Michael suggests they try walking on foot. While walking, they come across their own car, flipped over and wrecked on the road, with blood all over the windshield. The couple realizes they have been in a car crash and are likely dead. Michael attempts to fight the demon man in the car, who we can assume is the Grim Reaper, and is injured. They run back to their car. The couple is surprised that the stranger did not run after them, but drove away in his car. They realize that the stranger's purpose is to keep them on the highway in the car. But why? They drive past the diner 3 times. On the 4th lap, the young people do enter the diner. Sarah, leaving Michael inside, goes to talk to the manager, who, according to the staff, has been waiting for her outside for a long time. She sees a stalker parked nearby. Sarah asks the manager if they are dead, and he tells them they aren't quite dead yet. They were in a car crash, and are currently bleeding out on the road, fighting for their lives. The man in black is the ferryman meant to usher them to their death. The manager and other diner employees made a deal to live forever by helping dying people cross over to the other side. And this place was created so that the future dead could eat and lastly listen to their favorite song at the Last Chance Diner and fall into eternal sleep in one of the easy-in rooms. The manager reveals to Sarah that she can try to fight death because she has something worth living for. She's pregnant. She and Michael can fight to live for the baby, but they have to win the fight before the sun sets, or else death will come for them. The manager makes a call, presumably to God, insisting there may have been a mistake, and that it's not Sarah and Michael's time to die. It's also revealed that the cook is probably Sarah's father after all. He is also in a place somewhere in the real world, fighting for his life. The cook sacrifices himself to death in order to buy Sarah and Michael time. He drives Sarah and Michael's car straight into the car of death. Sarah and Michael share a kiss while the sun sets. In the very last shot of the movie, we see Sarah and Michael lying, bloodied, on the side of the road. In a voiceover, we hear Sarah say, "Stay in my life forever," and then, with a gasp, Sarah opens her eyes. She's alive. With that, the movie ends. So what does it mean? Well, Sarah successfully fought death and won. We can assume that both she and the baby will live, and that her dad is now dead. Michael's fate is less clear. However, if you watch very closely, you can see that Michael is breathing just before Sarah opens her eyes. Maybe that was just a mistake on the actor's part, but I'd like to think that means Michael will survive the car crash too. This is such an amazing and cute story about life after death. And here, I suggest you to fantasize. If you were in this diner and received 2 coins from the waitress for the jukebox, what song you would order to listen to for the last time? I am waiting for your answers in the comments. That's all. If you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel, put a like and write comments. See you in the next series.